What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're going with the watermelon today. I know I say this in every video, but I have not had a Red Bull or any energy drink since the last video. I don't have a problem. But normally it's to give me extra energy. Today it's just to get caught up to normal. But we got some stuff to talk about. All right, we'll bring out the old calculator, crunch some numbers here real quick. So we bought the truck 5/18 of 21 with 204. 052 was the mileage, and the check engine light was on. I had to fix a sensor, and then I had to drive it until all the monitors were ready for all the emissions, and that's a whole, I have a video on that if you go back quite a few videos. But we finally got to pass smog, but that was at 204,760. So I had to drive the truck 708 miles until I was able to get it to pass smog, and it had expired registration and it was not in my name. Not good times. And the next number is 205,968 is where we're at currently. Let me grab my beverage. All right, so we've driven this truck 1,916 miles. And if everybody's noticed out there, but used car prices have definitely gone down. That includes Toyota trucks, SUVs, four-wheel drives, and I've actually seen some really good deals. I saw a 2005 Tundra double cab for sale over the hill in San Jose in Craigslist the other day. It was super clean, one of those old guy, low mileage garage kept ones, four-wheel drive, was pretty much flawless, and he wanted like 10,300. And I was thinking, I could sell the T100 and just go get that thing, start something new, and that sounds fun. It started getting me thinking, maybe it's time to switch up. So although it's probably gonna rain in a couple days, I washed this thing and went and took some good, Craigslist style pictures, and I posted it for sale. And let me know if everybody out there, if you think it's gonna sell. To recap, 1997 Toyota T100, four-wheel drive, 205,000 miles, clean title, smog in hand. Since I got it, I have just cleaned up all the suspension, new shocks, new wheels, tires, radiator, cleaned the whole cooling system out, air filter, multiple oil changes, a new clutch master slate, new lighting. This thing actually was completely rust free and really well kept on its own. That's one good thing I can say about it. I had to fix the back window. I went for a solid back window. If I was going to keep it, I'd definitely fix the rear bumper. It has this little, somebody backed into something at some point there. I put in new license plate lights. Those weren't even working before. It has Flowmaster exhaust. Sounds pretty good, actually. As we move inside, you guys probably saw the video, but we got our hands on this just flawless, this was a Facebook Marketplace, flawless set of SR5 seats for this thing. Redid all of the carpet in black, door panels. It's actually really clean on its own. It was missing the four-wheel drive shifter, so I just stuck an extension and it works perfectly, so I've never fixed it. Headliner's super nice, runs really good. A couple of the weird things on it are this driver's side fender doesn't match and is not clear coated. It's weird. Sometimes it looks like it blends in, other times it doesn't. And it had this really weird spot right here where it had opened up a little tiny opening in the paint and it let it start rusting and getting weird in there. So we just ground it down and cleaned it up. But you can also tell that it has a little bit of like cracking on this upper door piece right here. This door is just kind of a mess. These are all original body parts, although it definitely has been in a couple like small collisions, nothing major. So original hood, everything's all original. But at the time, 190 horsepower out of the 3.45 VZ FE in this thing. That was a phenomenal number at the time. It was a quick truck in its day, but now it's pretty underpowered, and the 35s don't help. I really like this Pro Comp skid plate. This was an option at the time, and I think at the time it was like almost 500 bucks. And I always thought those were really cool. But where we're going with all of this, I've been on Craigslist. As soon as I posted this thing for sale, I sat for about 45 minutes and I went on Craigslist. And if all of a sudden I'm gonna have the opportunity to go find a new project, let's see what's out there. And first off, if you want to get a cheap deal on four-wheel drive Toyotas, expect some high mileage. I ran across some insanely high mileage Toyotas, and also this really cool solid axle Tacoma is a steal. I'd have to go check it out. This thing's pretty cool. All right, so we're not gonna spend a lot of time on this, but I gotta show you some of these vehicles I saw. Check this out. Let's run through these things. If you want an FJ Cruiser, four-wheel drive, you're gonna have to have 314,000 miles on it. If you want to get one under $10,000 right there. Speaking of high mileage, we got this 2002 Tundra over here, 587,000 miles. Nah, it can't be. Well, there it is, 587,206 miles. And next up, I found this beautiful 99 Toyota Tacoma here, four-wheel drive, 368,000 miles. And this one's special because, look at this, you get the Constitution on the hood, and there's no explanation. Another under $10,000 four-wheel drive, 306,000 miles. $10,000 now is like $1,000 10 years ago. All right, that's a bit extreme, but you know what I'm saying. Next up, 2019 Toyota Tacoma, 805,000 miles on this thing, 805,000 miles. Nah, that has to be a mistake, right? 805,621. We got a 98 Tacoma, 14,500 bucks, 140,000 miles, four-wheel drive. I thought this was a weird thing to say. Originally had a supercharged engine that had over 180K. Is that over? Yeah, under 180. I still don't have my arrows correct on it. Then was replaced with a 4Runner engine that had 136. I've added another 2 to 3, so estimating the chassis has about 200K. So by no means is he saying that it's supercharged currently. He's just letting you know it used to be supercharged. I mean, what a weird thing to be able to say about your vehicle. You know, this thing used to be supercharged. It used to rip. It used to be special. Strange. This is the Craigslist find of a lifetime right here. 2000 Toyota Tacoma, solid axle swap, TSL boggers, ready to play. Okay, solid axle, four-wheel drive, 2000, 221,000 miles. This thing, let's get the pictures up and going. This thing is unreal. I have a spot in my heart for these trucks because I bought a 2004 Tacoma in white, extra cab, just like this. Drove it for years. I loved that truck. It was a 4-cylinder. You got the I loved these taillights when they first came out right there. You got rid of the orange, got the red and whites going on here. We got some boggers. They look a little small. You see this look in Hawaii a lot, and it's like a 6-8 inch lift, and they're running 31 inch tires. Way too small for me. Those fender flares, if you're familiar with how we roll at Toyota Fanatics, I don't like those fender flares. Now, if you have to abide by some sort of local laws, then it's one thing to have those fender flares, but they're absolutely hideous, and I think there's better styles without the bolts, maybe color matched, but those are gross. These leaf springs, you can tell that this isn't like a really nice solid axle swap here. Just some of those leaves right there, they kind of look out of place. As we move around back, we got a roll pan on there. What else is kind of weird is that Toyota sticker on the tailgate. I mean, it's cool for a minute, but that thing would have to go. It's pretty clean right there. Those tires are full of meat. I do like the wheels. 4-part rear slider. For 2001, they would change it up to a 3-piece. That was much harder to break into. This is a 2000, so it's before the refresh in 01. Another thing is this is the last year that they had the key on the gas door. For some weird reason in 01, they got rid of the key. And then you can see underneath the driver door also, we got some rust there. That's not looking good, but this thing's a wheeler. I mean, again, under $10,000, solid front axle, new wheels and tires. This truck is really cool. As a matter of fact, if the T100 was gone right now and I had money in my hand and there was nothing super wrong with this truck, I would buy it in a second. Locking front hubs, front drive shaft in there. I'd rather have Toyota axles, but as you can see, these are not Toyota axles. The seats have been refinished. Probably some vomit stains right there in the back seat. Under 10,000 bucks. This is quite a unit right here. It does have a rebuilt title. I have a feeling if it didn't have a rebuilt title, it'd probably worth $5,000 more. And again, as I was mentioning before, for $9,000 these days, this is a deal. 2000 Tacoma, 3.4, shifts perfect. Truck will run 70, 75, no problem. Solid axle swap, GM. Those look like GM axles. Four-wheel drive works as it should. The tires are Super Swamper Boggers. And this thing is really cool, I gotta say. And it is in Harrisonville right there. Somebody watching this probably doesn't live too far from there. This is the kind of thing that I might want to like get into if we sell the T100, or as I mentioned before, something like this, these Tundra double cabs. Look at that, 10.9. Leave a comment down below if I was gonna buy one of these two trucks tomorrow, that solid axle Tacoma or get into a Tundra, first gen Tundra double cab like this, definitely let me know. All right, everybody, that's gonna do it for this video, but definitely leave a comment down below and let us know what kind of truck, SUV of the Toyota variety you'd like to see us get into next on the channel. And if you're not already subscribed, definitely consider subscribing. Everybody drop a big old thumbs up, and we'll see everybody soon. Peace.